Hi, my name is Jordan Petrusich, and I'm here to show you how to create an expense report in Chrome River. First things first, click the Create button.
We're going to be creating a standard P-card expense report, so we'll want to come down to Report Type and select Cardholder P-card Purchases. For the report name, we'd like you to enter P-card, last name, month, year. It'll look like this. P-card, Petrusich, August 2021. Then we can save. As you can see, we have our expense report on the left-hand side and our expenses in our e-wallet on the right-hand side. To add expenses, let's first click on P-card to get our P-card transactions. And then to select the transaction that we want, we'll click this checkbox on the right-hand side. And we can do more than one at a time, but for this, we're going to do one. And then click Add. Now this is the expense form. Each expense form is going to look a little bit different depending on the expense classification or your account code. This is office supplies, one of the more common ones we'd use. And as you can see, it's already pre-populated the amount, the merchant, and the transaction ID. So we're going to fill in a description for this purchase. For this description, we're going to do paper or printer. The next thing we'll do is select the allocation. For this allocation, I'm going to pick accounts payable, which is the most common FOP that I use, so it will be at the top of my list. And then lastly, we're going to attach a receipt. We'll do this by clicking the Add Attachments button, and then we can choose from our receipt gallery if you've already uploaded, or you can upload directly from your computer. We already have ours on our receipt gallery, so we're going to select Receipt Gallery. And these are receipts. Now to get a better look, I'm going to click on this receipt. I believe it's this one. Yeah, $2.70. So I'm going to add this receipt. I'm going to click this checkbox, similar to how we added an expense, and then click Attach. So now you can see we have our receipt attached to our expense form. And this looks good, so we're going to save. So as you can see, we now have our expense moved from the right-hand side to the left-hand side onto our report. And we're going to add our last one here too, the same way. Click Add. Now, this is asking us to classify our expense, which you can do in this upper left corner. We chose office supplies before, which I think we're going to do again, but I just want to show you some of these other mosaics that we can choose from. Now let's just click on one of these, gift cards. So gift card's going to ask for a lot of other information. And again, I've mentioned this in videos before, but the blue text here is going to help you to navigate each expense form. It's going to give you policy, it's going to give you tips. It's a great source of information if you're not sure what each specific field is asking for. So this is an example of another expense form classification. We have minor equipment, lab supplies, etc. But you're just going to want to click on that expense classification depending on what it is that you bought, and then filling in what's being asked. So again, we're going to do a description for this one. We'll just be testing for this. And then we're going to select our allocation. And you can also add an additional allocation and split it. In order to do that, you would click this Add Allocation button. And then we're going to add, let's see, financial services. So that's 20100. Add. And then you can split it equally. You can split it 60-40. You can choose the amounts instead. We're going to just stick with 50-50. And then we're going to want to add an attachment for our receipt again. This looks correct, 420. Click the checkbox and then attach. This looks good, so we're going to save. And now we have both of our transactions from our e-wallet onto our expense report. And this looks good, so we're going to submit. We have an option to review, so we'll review. We have our FOP, we have our attached receipts. When we're ready, we'll click submit. And that's it. That's how you submit a standard P-card monthly expense report.